What's up, my incredible Makena fam? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join the best community of NRL fanatics on YouTube. You know the drill. It's that time of the week again. Time for my highly anticipated NRL tips and predictions. And this week, with round 23 upon us, the stakes are getting higher, the ladder is tightening, and every game counts. I've been burning the midnight oil, diving deep into every stat, every injury report, every expert opinion. And trust me, I've got some hot takes for you this round. But before we jump into the future, let's cast our eyes back at the chaos that was round 22. It was a wild one, with some results definitely raising eyebrows, including mine. So, while we didn't get a perfect score, getting 5 out of 8 right in a round with some massive upsets is something to build on. We learn, we adapt, and we come back stronger. And that's exactly what we're doing for round 23. All right, Makena crew, buckle up. This is what you've been waiting for. Round 23 is shaping up to be absolutely cracking. We've got crucial matchups that will shape the top 8, and some desperate battles at the bottom of the ladder. Let's get into my top tips for this round, complete with predicted winning margins and percentages of confidence. First up, Thursday night footy, and it's a blockbuster at AMI Park. 1. Melbourne Storm versus Brisbane Broncos. My tip here, without a doubt, is the Melbourne Storm. Look, the Storm at home, especially at AMI Park, are a different beast. They're clinical, disciplined, and they know how to close out tight games. The Broncos are a fantastic side, and they bounced back well last week, but they've got some nagging injury concerns, particularly in their engine room. Melbourne's big game experience and their ability to grind out wins will be key. I'm predicting the Storm to win by 6 to 10 points, with a high confidence rating of around 67%. Stats Insider's model even has the Storm winning 25 to 19, which fits right into that margin. They're also covering the minus 6.5 line about 51% of the time. This one will be a classic, but the Storm get it done. 2. Newcastle Knights versus Penrith Panthers. Friday night, McDonald Jones Stadium, and it's a tough ask for the Knights. My money is firmly on the Penrith Panthers. This Penrith side, even with some rotational changes due to injuries throughout the year, is a machine. Nathan Cleary is back pulling the strings, and their defense is just suffocating. The Knights have shown flashes, but their consistency just isn't there yet to challenge a team of Penrith's caliber over 80 minutes. I'm seeing the Panthers winning this comfortably by 12 to 18 points. The data is strong here, giving Penrith an 80% chance of winning, and they're predicted to cover that minus 12.5 line. Get ready for some Penrith dominance. 3. Canberra Raiders versus Manly Sea Eagles. Friday's late game sees the Canberra Raiders hosting the Sea Eagles. While the Raiders had that surprising loss last week, I'm backing them to rebound strongly at Jiao Stadium. Their home form has been impressive this season, and they play a robust, aggressive brand of football that suits their ground. Manly has shown glimpses, but they haven't been able to sustain that top-tier performance consistently, especially away from home. Plus, they've got some injury headaches that will impact their cohesion. I'm tipping the Raiders by 8 to 14 points, giving them a 65% chance to secure the 2 points. Now, let's roll into Saturday's action, starting with an exciting local derby. 4. St. George Illawarra Dragons versus Cronulla Sharks. The Dragons pulled off a fantastic upset last week, but can they back it up? My prediction for this one is the Cronulla Sharks. The Sharks are absolutely flying right now, with 4 wins on the trot. Their attack, led by the brilliant Nicho Hines, is firing, and their forward pack is laying a great platform. While the Dragons will be pumped up for the derby, the Sharks' current form and confidence give them a significant edge. I'm tipping the Sharks to win by 10 to 16 points, with a 71% chance of victory. They also looking good to cover the minus 5.5 line. 5. Dolphins versus Sydney Roosters. Suncorp Stadium will host a fascinating clash between the Dolphins and the Roosters. My tip here is the Sydney Roosters. The Chooks, despite their early season struggles and injuries, are starting to click into gear. Their win in tough conditions last week showed real character, and their big game players are finding their rhythm. The Dolphins have been a wonderful story this season, but the Roosters' experience and defensive steel will likely prove too much. I'm going for the Roosters by a tight 4 to 8 points, with a 58% chance of them taking the win. It'll be a good contest, but the Roosters' finals push is real. 6. Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs vs. New Zealand Warriors. Accor Stadium will see the Bulldogs take on the Warriors. After the Bulldogs' unexpected loss last week, I'm backing the New Zealand Warriors to bounce back. The Warriors are a resilient side, and they'll be keen to get their season back on track after a couple of blips. Their attacking flair, combined with a strong forward pack, should be enough to overcome the Bulldogs. While the Bulldogs can be unpredictable at home, the Warriors' overall cohesion and desire for a top 4 spot will drive them. I predict the Warriors to win by 6 to 12 points, giving them a 60% chance of securing the victory. Now, let's wrap up round 23 with our Sunday showdowns. 7. Gold Coast Titans vs. South Sydney Rabbitohs. This is going to be a real battle of attrition at Cbus Super Stadium. Both the Titans and Rabbitohs have had incredibly tough seasons. My tip, perhaps a slight surprise to some, is the Gold Coast Titans. They are at home, and despite their struggles, they've shown flashes of promise. The Rabbitohs, frankly, look lost. Their injury list is crippling, and their confidence appears shattered. This is a prime opportunity for the Titans to grab a much-needed victory. It will be tight, a real grinder, but I'm going for the Titans by a close 1 to 6 points, with a 55% chance of pulling off the win. Don't expect a tri-fest here. 8. Parramatta Eels vs. North Queensland Cowboys. Our final game for round 23 sees the Eels hosting the Cowboys. My pick here is the Parramatta Eels. They showed some good signs against the Storm last week, even in defeat, and they'll be desperate for a win at home to keep their faint finals hopes alive. The Cowboys have been very ordinary on the road this season, and they're carrying some significant injuries, particularly to key forwards like Tomalolo. The Eels, with their backs against the wall, should have enough firepower to get the job done. I'm predicting the Eels to win by 4 to 10 points, with a 62% chance of victory. And finally, a well-deserved rest for the West Tigers who have the bye this round. They'll be watching closely to see how the latter unfolds. There you have it, Makena fam. My comprehensive tips and predictions for NRL Round 23, 2025. This round is packed with pivotal games, and I'm genuinely excited to see how it all plays out. Remember, footy is unpredictable, but we do our best to give you the most accurate insights possible. Let me know your tips in the comments below. Who are you backing this week? Any upsets brewing that I missed? I love reading your thoughts and debating the games with you all. If you found these tips helpful, smash that like button, share this video with your mates, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the Makena channel so you don't miss a single tip, prediction, or recap. Good luck with your tipping this week, legends. Let's hope for a winning round. I'll catch you next time for the round 23 recap and round 24 predictions. Up the NRL.